We are back with season 2 of Latinas Empowering Latinas podcast and first official YouTube video ever. I need to say that this has been a very, very long journey of really finding and reconnecting with my passion. And listen, it's been a very long road. I've been an entrepreneur for over 20 years. I've been a therapist for that long. And there was always something about the energy of who we are as Latinas that I really didn't get to experience exactly until I went away. So I'm born and raised in Miami. And at 17, I went off to college in New Jersey. And it wasn't until that moment that I realized that I was a minority. Growing up in Miami, 98% of my school was Hispanic and 99% of the 98% were all Cuban. So I grew up in this beautiful Mecca bubble. Now, while I definitely find value in being a melting pot like Miami, I studied in NYU, I love the variety. However, at 17, you can say that I was very shell-shocked, not just by the difference in culture, language, food, and even like Southeast versus Northeast. And it wasn't until that moment that I realized, oh my God, like I'm no longer part of this community that has fed me and that has nurtured me my entire life. And it was a rude awakening. I've realized since then that is what happens in a lot of places where Latinas are marginalized. So a big, important reason for me to start this YouTube channel, to reignite the podcast, was because after some journey, some mentors, I tried to follow my own business advice and the business advice of my mentors. And I put Latinas Empowering Latinas in the back burner, unfortunately and heartbreakingly, because a mentor that I looked up to, who was Latina, told me, you know, Janessa, I know what you want to do, but I really think you should just stick to working with therapists. Stick to working with therapists, your Latinas will find you. Well, I have to say it's been over a year since I submitted my Latinas Empowering Latinas trademark, and I had very mixed emotions the other day when I received my official, I am trademarked, Latinas Empowering Latinas. I own it. And there were mixed feelings because I felt like I knew I didn't abandon the project, but I put it on the back burner because I felt that it was somebody who knew better and was successful guiding me. And I'm a person that learns and grows. And while I do follow my heart, I also take into consideration the people that are around me that have been there before me. Well, those mixed feelings really turned into a different spark because I've decided that while I will continue to help the community of therapists, my heart and my soul and my passion, especially with speaking and giving back, has always and will always be to Latinas and other underserved, marginalized communities, the BIPOC community. For those of you who don't know, BIPOC is Brown, Indigenous, and people of color. And I feel like I identify with each and every one. So while this channel, and I want to be very clear, everyone is welcome here. There is nobody that is not included in this community. But I wanted to make sure that I highlighted and specifically invited those Latinas that shared my soul and my passion into this community. So I hope that along this journey, you are able to find your passion and your truth and follow your truth regardless of what other people around you say. So I'm going to teach you a lesson that I learned the hard way, that while it is nice and good to follow other people that have gone ahead of you, if you're not true to your passion and yourself and your heart, then it will not feel as fulfilling. So while I love to give back to therapists and I love speaking, I've spoken last year, I flew to California. I've spoken at the Orlando convention, the Florida convention for National Social Workers this year and last year. I spoke at the virtual conference in North Carolina a few weeks ago, and I will be speaking in Texas soon. My passion, my soul is for all of us to grow and to believe that we can do anything we put our hearts and our minds to. And a big reason why I started this community and this platform, and I trademarked the name and the podcast and the YouTube and more things coming and a community I'm working on for us, is because when I started this entrepreneur journey, I was very fortunate where I did happen to find other women, because this is a very male-dominated industry, but I could not and did not find one person that looked or sounded like me. I did not find one Latina that was leading the way. And what I want to do is not to show you that I'm the best, but to show you that there is a Latina. And I'm hoping that I give you the courage, the inspiration, the motivation, and the fire that you need to say, you know what, there is somebody else in that industry like me, and I'm not alone in this. So welcome to Latinas Empowering Latinas. I hope this little mindset motivation moment brought you some love and some light today. And if there are any questions that you have about business, life, entrepreneurship, balancing it all, starting a new practice, starting a new business, marketing, scaling, or just wanting to grow in life, in profession, and career, this is the place to do it. Welcome, and I'm so honored you are here.